everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Sarah here. So today's video I have been wanting to make for a long time, and it's a story time for you guys. And honestly, I just don't know why I never made it. I honestly have been just waiting for the perfect time to make it. But before we get into this video, I'm literally so upset right now, like so sad, because it's October, right? And so my monthly lash subscription that I get every month came in the mail today, and I was literally so thrilled to have it. And I was going to wear them in this video. These are not them. These are another style I have from them. And I'm taking them out of the packaging, and the left eye ripped. Yeah. So, and it wasn't just like a tiny bit. It was really the whole chunk out of the middle ripped. And so there was no fixing it. There was no cutting it. There was no doing anything. And I actually freaked out. We got really upset, and I messaged them on Instagram and sent them a picture of the lashes, because the one lash is perfectly fine, but I ended up having to throw both of them away. And these earrings actually are from the subscription, which are really cute. But that's, yeah, I am so sad. Like, I wanted to wear them for this little look today, and I ended up not being able to. So that's fun. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into this video. So today's story time is going to be the time that I got ISS. And if you don't know what ISS is, it's basically just in-school suspension. I know some schools don't even have it. You either get suspended or expelled or go to detention or whatever that is. But I was in 8th grade basically, and this still makes me mad to this day, because this just shows how stupid my school was and how just bad some public schools can be, because this whole situation was not even my fault. So we're gonna go ahead and just get right into that. So basically, it was late 8th grade year, so it was around April of 2014, I believe. I could be wrong on the month, I don't know. I'm just trying to put two and two together, because I'm pretty sure like the end of the year theater and choir like programs were in May, so I'm pretty sure this was in April. So it could have been April or March, I'm not really sure. But so basically, I'm sitting in my like 5th period class after lunch, right? And I'm just minding my own business, being casual, whatever, just chilling, talking to my friends in the class. And all of a sudden, the counselor comes in. And me being me, I didn't think anything of it. Like, I literally was like, the counselor doesn't need to see me, obviously. So I just kept talking to my friends. And all of a sudden, the teacher says, "Sarah, can you come here and bring your bag?" And I was like, bring my bag? Like, oh my goodness, my bra strap's fine. I was like, bring my bag? Like, am I going home? Like, cool. I thought like my mom was here or something, but I was like, why does the counselor have to come get me? Because normally, like, you know, a student would come and bring you like a little slip for you to go home. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And they both looked pretty serious. And then she kind of smiled at me and was just like, are you gonna be okay? Like, and I was just like, what is going on here? Like, I literally had zero clue what the hell was going on. I was like, what is going on? So I go downstairs, and we don't even go into like the main office. We go into the vice principal's office. And I was just like, what is, like, I knew at this point something was wrong and that something was not right at all. I was like, what is going on here? Like, why am I getting put in the principal's office? So basically we sit down, and they're like, the principal, like the vice principal's trying to be nice, but like, and the counselor's just sitting there, and he's like, and I'm like, what's going on? And so the vice principal is like, okay, Sarah, you're gonna be in ISS for the next day and a half. And all of a sudden my heart is like, cause I'm like, ISS, I'm like, why? Like, why am I going to ISS right now? I have done literally nothing. And all of a sudden I said, what? I was like, why? Why am I going to ISS? And she's like, because you used so-and-so's iPad and you were trying to text someone you shouldn't be texting on it. And I was like, you're joking, right? Like, basically the story behind that is I had this guy, like, and it went out of hand, and my friends were getting involved in texting him, and it was just a complete immature, stupid thing that was going on in both of our parts. And basically, there's a wasp, I'm looking at it, it's like outside of my door. But basically, my friend had given me her iPad to take home that day, because I didn't have mine because I had been grounded from it. And I was doing my project on it that her and I were partnered with. And my friend that was like not really my friend used her phone and made a fake number and was texting this guy like a stalker and making me look like a stalker and making me look super bad. And at this point, she's saying this and I'm pissed. I'm just like, that was not me. I literally started kind of yelling and I was like, that was not me. That was blah, blah, blah. I was like, I can't believe I'm being like, you know, accused of this. Like, this is stupid. I literally started crying. I was like, I want to go home. I literally want to go home right now. Like, I'm about to text my mom. Like, I want to go home. And she's like, you can't go home. You have to sit in ISS. And I was like, I'm not sitting in ISS. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I was getting so upset right now. And I remember I was crying and the counselor was there for like support, whatever. But like, I was just like, no, like I'm not going to ISS right now. And I said, I'm going to be calling my mom and she's going to be getting me out of ISS. So basically my mom didn't answer. And she's like, well, we already told your mom. I was like, well, Mom, you really think my mom's going to believe you? Like I was actually going off on this assistant principal. Like I was pissed. Sorry, I just shook the camera. I was pissed. So long story short, I went into ISS and I was sitting there and I was having a meltdown, like going crazy, crying. I literally was like shaking. I was having so bad of an anxiety attack. And like all these kids were like genuinely confused on why the hell Sarah Vilmer was in ISS. They were like, why is this bitch in ISS? Like, what is she doing in here? And because most of those kids had a reason to be in ISS. So they were all looking at me and they were like, why are you in here? And like, I was literally just like buried in my desk, did not talk to anybody. The actual ISS teacher was like patting my back and like kind of rubbing the top of my back. And he was being really nice. And he was trying to calm me down because he was also like, this girl should not be in here at all. Like, this is just this is wrong. Like, she should not be in here right now. So I was genuinely just freaked out and I was freaking out and I was crying and I was just not happy. And I remember I wouldn't eat. It was lunchtime and it was after lunch, but I hadn't eaten lunch because of this. And so he kept trying to make me eat my lunch and I was like, I'm not eating. I just want a cup of water. So he got me a cup of water and he was like talking to me and he was asking me what was going on. And I was just like literally like kind of yelling in the classroom, crying. I was like, it literally wasn't me. Like, this is so like stupid. Like, I want to go home right now. I don't feel safe here. I want to leave. This is dumb. Like, this is not my fault. So basically the teacher was like, we're going to figure a way to get you out of here. We're going to talk to your mom. I was like, they already called my mom and she thinks I did something bad. Like, she thinks it was me. And so obviously now my mama knows it wasn't me. But like at the time she was pissed at me and she thought it was me and I got in huge trouble and I was being all dramatic like a middle schooler does. And I was trying to run away from home. Anybody else ever do that? They try to run away from home because they get in trouble. But like, honestly, at this point I was being so dramatic, but like, even though it wasn't my fault. But so basically I was like so mad and I was freaking out and when the time, and then they like, it was like the walk of shame. So basically when you're in ISS or pass, in high school it's pass. I was never in high school. You go in a line and you get in a line. I don't remember if it was like alphabetical order or anything. I don't think it was. We all just kind of got in a line when we were going like to eat and stuff and like to get water and go to the restroom. Goodness. So we were all in line and all of my friends and people that knew me from my classes were like, Sarah, why are you in ISS? And I wasn't even allowed to talk to them. Like, I literally was just like standing there and I was like horrified that I was even in this position. And I remember the counselor walked past me and I literally was like just like that toward him. Like, a girl was pissed. Like, I was only 14, but like I was mad. Like, I was just like, this was not my fault. Like, I should not be in this situation right now. Y'all are all stupid and y'all need to know how to do y'all's jobs. Like, that's how mad I was. And so I went home. All that dramatic stuff happened. I ended up getting into a fight with my parents and it was just a bad day. And then the next day, this was the worst thing. So I ended up getting kicked out of the play in my theater class because I had gotten ISS. And if you got any sort of in-school suspension, anything, if you were in an extracurricular activity, you would get kicked out. And I remember I wasn't able to be in class. I just had to be in ISS, obviously, that next day for the full day. And I was trying to talk to my theater director and he was like, you're not even allowed to talk to us. Like, it was so stupid. Like, honestly, this middle school was honestly whack. Like, it was literally so stupid. Comment down below if you've ever been in ISS and it was the same thing and you were treated poorly, except the teacher himself didn't treat me poorly. He knew I was innocent. He knew it was stupid and like he felt bad for me. But like, honestly, like, I couldn't even talk to my own teachers, and I wasn't even allowed to go in the, like, when I would go to school before school even started, I couldn't even wander the hall. Like, what is wrong with y'all? This isn't a jail. Like, I was so mad. I'm getting so mad talking about it to this day. And I'm almost 21 years old. But I was so mad, and I remember I was trying to talk to him, and I was like, this wasn't me, like, this was her, like, she needs to be in more trouble. I was honestly trying to rat out my own friend. That's how mad I was. And because I was like, I'm not taking the blame for something I didn't do just because I had an iPad. Like, you can go, if you would literally know how to do your job, you would go through the iPad and you would look for a fake number on that specific iPad and you would trace it, but you didn't do that. And I know damn well y'all had tech people, because those tech people in my district were like all over the place and they had vans and everything. So I was just like, no, y'all are just trying to accuse me. So I'm so mad. But so basically, I went into the class and I would not eat. They pretty much had to almost call my mom to make me eat, because I was so mad and so like anxiety ridden that I was refusing to eat anything. I was just like, I'm not eating anything. I just want water. I just want a cup of ice water. And so basically that happened, and the teacher ended up giving me some of his food that he had bought from like Chick-fil-A or something. And he was feeding me, and all the ISS kids were kind of mad. They were like, oh my God, why is she getting food? But like, I was horrified. Like, I was so bad. And I don't know why I keep yawning. And so basically my mom ended up going up there, and I ended up getting out of ISS a little bit earlier than I was supposed to, and that principal got yelled at by a lot of people. My friends were even coming up to her and were like, except for the girl that obviously did it, but like my other friends were just like, oh my God, like that's gonna go on a record. Like, it never went on a record, honestly. That's a lie to you kids that are in middle school. If you're watching this, that's a lie. But like, it was just so bad, and it was just so stupid, and they honestly should have handled it so much better and investigated it a lot better than accusing me. And yeah, it was just bad. Like, that is pretty much the story. I mean, I pretty much got out. Everything ended up being in my favor. I ignored that counselor. I ignored that principal for the rest of the year. I only had like 2 more months left anyway, so I was just like, I'm done with y'all. Y'all can get out of here. And fun fact, that counselor, when I was, I believe, a junior, actually went to my high school to be the 9th grade counselor. So that was pretty interesting seeing him there. I was just like, cool. And so, yeah, so I actually have another story time about this counselor. I might make it in the future. I might not. I don't know. It's pretty short, so we'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time and seeing me get super heated. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell down below to get notified every time I post. And I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye, y'all.